Good morning from the beautiful Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what the hell are we going to talk about? Let's talk about something. Okay, I think there's one idea that I've been playing with in my head, and is that what causes humans to excel among all the other animals? People say, "Oh, opposable zoom." They talk about our brain. Yeah, sure, that is great. But really, I think that what really makes us different from all the other animals is the idea that we can have in our brain a conceptual thought. And that conceptual thought can bind together a lot of humans towards a certain effort. Meaning that, and this all could be a belief system, it could be a value system, it could be a cultural system, right? Believe in God, simplest one. Believe in country, believe in patriotism. All these are ideas, right? And for these ideas, we want to even forsake our lives in order to prolong these legends, because ultimately, they're all these thoughts are all made up. You can say, "Oh no, God's real." Okay, fine. Which God, right? And then that's back again. That's up for why is my hair like this? Then the everything else is back up for debate. And you can say, my love for my country, my patriotism, you cannot question that. Okay, but that's only because you're born in a certain country. Now let's say, do you love other country? What if you're born in the other country? Then you see what I'm saying is like everything that we truly held dear to ourselves are essentially made up, by ourselves, by our own people, and we become part of this grander story. So let's take that idea of what make a culture and people successful by having this common belief and work toward that common belief into what our world today. How does it apply today? Well, this is where I fear for the future of America. As Americans, I was brought up with a certain set of ideals. Then that these ideals that all Americans, all meaning majority American, would hold dear to themselves. Idea of freedom, idea of independence, of individualism, of your own effort, the right for you to be equal, but also to have your effort, individual effort, paid off through a fair, equal system. Well, the problem is today, and this is the reason why I left the U.S., is because I don't see that when I grew up and when I entered society. I didn't see those values that were taught to me as children being true at all. I seen people being oppressed. I seen myself being treated unfairly, for no other reason that these perceptions of how Asian Americans and Chinese Americans are, or Chinese in general are. I experienced glass ceilings. I experienced all these things, which made me lose faith in American society. And in the last 10 years, at 11, 12, going on to 12 now, that I left America, I have to say my decision has been correct in leaving the US, because my life in Asia has been so much better than my life in the US. And part of it maybe because I gotten older and more comfortable in my own skin. But I think a lot of it is because I chose the right destinations to move to. But then I see this problem in the global stage today. I see that there's this tension, this conflictory relationship between the U.S. and China, and this really concerns me because I'm Chinese, but I'm also American. So people are like, "Well, what side do you stand on? Are you American? Or are you Chinese?" Well, I'm both, my man. I am both, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I can't choose. That's just who I am. I see this in news all the time in America and Australia. People question the loyalty of Chinese Americans. Well, the issue is this: what do you believe in? Again, go back to the system. And I would say that right now there's two things that I can talk about. One is right now, in this very moment, 13 billion people, 1.3 billion people in China is believing in this idea of cultural civilizational rejuvenation, right? It's preached from the top of the government all the way to the bottom, the peasants that's walking on the street. Everyone is seeing and believing this idea of the rejuvenation of the Chinese culture. To what? Well, it's very clear. Where has historically China always been? Isn't China's Chinese name is called 中国. 中国 in literal translation means the middle kingdom, but actually in Chinese it has a different reference. It means the central kingdom. It means that China's always see itself as sitting in the middle of all civilizations, right? With everybody else flowing into China for knowledge, for culture, for thinking, for advancement. And that's what Chinese, essentially, when they say the rejuvenation of Chinese culture, that's what China is thinking about. They're thinking about putting China back in the middle of everything, right? It doesn't mean China's going to dominate everyone. It simply means that China is like a magnet that suck up everything and the best of everybody. It's kind of like what America wants to do, right? Suck up all the best of everybody and produce the best of everything. And so in a way, China has kind of taken the torch from America. And if you look at today, what do Americans believe in as a culture, as a people, as a nation? You can say, well, we believe in freedom. What is that? You know, how do you act on freedom? Like by shooting each other? By storming the Capitol Hills? That's not freedom. That's tyranny, right? That's chaos. What exactly today do Americans stand for? Independence. From what? Individualism. Of what? Right? There's no clear direction anymore. And that's what I worry about America, because if you go 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Chinese is steadfastly working toward their goals, right? Through science, through education, through economy, through finance, through every aspect of what composes a thing called civilization. U.S. lost that. You know, why would not? And U.S. I think U.S. lost that probably even before I came to the U.S. But people still believed in it. I don't know today if Americans still believe in that. At least the Americans abroad no longer believe in that. That's why they're abroad. I don't know if people inside the U.S. still truly believe it. They preach it, they talk about it, but do they actually practice it? Do they behave it? I don't see that. I don't believe that. And if that's the case, then we are seeing an irreversible downfall of America. It has to find its true calling again. It has to find that thing, that folklore, that value that everyone can get behind, that everybody can be behind and support it, so it can work towards something like the Chinese are doing. And that is what I thought about today.